back to Archaeologic. We are a fact-based historical reality show, just like on the History Channel, but with fewer conflicts and deathly situations and alcohol. Anyway, welcome back to Archaeologic, and congratulations to Joshua Aaron Davis, winner of last week's contest. Congratulations, you correctly identified this as an arrow shaft straightener. Now what, you may ask, is an arrow shaft straightener? Well, first of all, to demonstrate a point, I have brought with me today some sticks. They were very unscientifically collected in the parking lot outside of the lab. Notice that none of these are straight. Now why might that be important? Well, think about it. Arrow shafts were part of arrows which were attached to projectile points, and they were used for hunting. If you're hunting, you need to be sure that your arrow goes towards its target. In order to do that, you want things to be as straight and aerodynamic as possible. Arrows ended up replacing atlatls and darts about 2,000 to 2,500 years ago in this area. So you want them to have a beautiful straight line. Problem is, straight lines don't really exist in nature. Most branches are a little bit curved. So in order to deal with this problem, arrow shaft straighteners were invented. Now how do these work? You see the grooves through here were used to straighten and correct sticks. Now they didn't just rub them against them. What they actually did was they ironed out the kinks. Literally, you would apply a little bit of fire. Well, so you would heat up your stone, and we're usually talking something like steatite, soapstone, which as we've talked about here before is a great conductor for heat. So you get it nice and hot. You get it to the point where it is just ready to sizzle things. And then what you do is you have your nice hot stone, take it off the heat so that you don't burn yourself. You have your stick, which meanwhile has been soaking in water. Now this is something you'd have to do with a fresh, young, green stick. You wouldn't be able to do this with something old and dry like this one, but again, parking lot. So what you do is you would take your wet stick and you would roll it and rotate it through the shaft points, essentially steaming out all of the kinks and bends until you had something perfectly straight. So this was a very, very useful tool. I mean, this allowed for effective use of weaponry. This allowed for effective hunting. So while it may look a bit humble, this is actually a very, very important cornerstone of intermediate period technology. Now, as for what we're going to do next week, we're going to look at something else that's a little small and humble, but was very, very, very important in the time period in which it was used. And I have it here with us this week. For next week's challenge, I want you to try and identify this object. You can hear bits of it dropping off onto the desk in front of me. Don't worry, they will all go back into the bag. We are scientists. So if anyone can identify what this object might be and how it might be instrumentally used within a certain culture, please let us know in the comments. And once again, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and have a wonderful and archaeologic week.